Hello there, my name is Jason Perkins. Welcome to another episode in my Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'm an attorney who specializes in handling Georgia workers' compensation cases. I created this series of videos because I want to provide people who've been hurt at work with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation law and the benefits they should receive under it. Today I want to talk to you about whether workers' compensation covers you if you're injured in a car wreck. So the basic answer to that question is yes. If you are injured in a car wreck when you're on the job, you're covered. But there are some particulars of that we need to speak about. So the most common types of workers' compensation injuries, car wreck injuries that are covered include when someone drives as a part of their job. So if you work as a delivery driver, or you're in sales, or your job otherwise requires you to drive from one place to another, and you're injured in a car wreck while doing that, then generally you're going to be covered. So if you're on the job and doing your job at the time you got hurt, workers' compensation should cover you. That means it'll pay for your medical treatment for your injuries and a percentage of your lost wage benefits um, if you're out of work as a result of your injuries. Also pay you something called permanent partial disability benefits if you have a permanent impairment as a result of your injuries. And I've discussed those things in more detail in other videos in this series, so I'm not going to get into too much detail about that here. Let's talk about another situation. Let's say you're not necessarily on the job at the time you got hurt. So often car wrecks occur when someone is going to work in the morning or when they're leaving work at the end of the day. Now, in these situations, what we call going to or coming from injuries, workers' compensation may not necessarily cover you, but there may be some arguments that you're still covered by workers' compensation. So if you're coming to the job in the morning or leaving the job in the evening, if you were driving a company car, or if you're going to be working when you get home or had done some work before you came to the office. These and other factors can matter in whether the car wreck that you suffer is covered by workers' compensation when it occurs when you're going to work or coming from work. So there can still be coverage here. It's not a clear, bright line test, but there's factors that be considered. So you should certainly look into whether workers' compensation covers you in these situations, especially if your employer, the workers' compensation insurance company, denies your claim. Don't just accept that. Be sure and talk to an attorney about that to find whether you've got an argument about coverage. And the third thing that's important to talk about with regard to car wrecks that cause injuries is sometimes you may have another claim in addition to your workers' compensation claim. One of the most common types of these situations is when you're injured in a car wreck and it's someone else's fault. So someone else strikes your vehicle, they're negligent when they do so. In this situation, you may have a workers' compensation claim if you suffer an on-the-job injury, but you may also have a personal injury claim against the individual that caused your car wreck and their insurance company. And this is important because both workers' compensation and personal injury claims have their own advantages, but you're not limited to just pursuing one of them. You can generally pursue both of them. So you need to look into whether they also have a personal injury claim if you suffer a car wreck and it's someone else's fault that you got hurt. Hope you found this information about whether workers' compensation covers car wrecks helpful. If you have, please let me know that. The best way you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you've got more questions about workers' compensation, please be sure to reach out to me and schedule a free consultation about your case. There's two easy ways that you can do that. First is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, and the other is by reaching out to us through our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. Click on and submit the free consultation request form, and a member of our team will reach out to you and get one scheduled. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today, and we'll wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injuries.